Eric the Lone Pine Wolfman with another vid on bounty hunters of the Old West. Before we begin, just to let you know, I am giving away a free copy of Red Dead Redemption 2. Just subscribe and let me know what system you play on. Bounty hunters, those who chase desperados across the West and bring them to justice for money, or, in John's case, his family. There is a lot of myth and legend around bounty hunters of the Old West, and some larger-than-life characters. First, bounty hunters were not always referred to as such. They were usually referred to as detectives by people at the time. It's more of a Hollywood notion that they get the name bounty hunter. And in 1873, the Supreme Court upheld their legality. Hunters were a mix of people, sometimes even lawmen. That's because marshals and sheriffs were not always paid greatly for their services, so some took up gambling, others did jobs around town, but some did hunt down outlaws for rewards. The other type of bounty hunter were the freelancers, those who kinda just lived off of hunting outlaws. They were usually drifters, and usually did not like to gain celebrity, but some always did anyway. Bounty hunters and outlaws were often two sides of the same coin. They both were deadly, usually thought the same, and generally lived the same. They even drifted from one side of the law to the other at times. Jack Riley Duncan tracked down at least 20 criminals and made around $12,000, which is near $300,000 today. The Texas Rangers, a famous group of lawmen, bounty hunters, and military all rolled into one, who did not really concern themselves with jurisdiction lines, contacted him, asking him to help track down John Wesley Hardin, arguably the deadliest outlaw the West has ever known. I mean, this dude by himself killed at least 35 people, and that's lowballing them. He's even famous for shooting a guy for snoring too loud. I mean, it was an accident, he was just trying to wake the guy up actually, but once word got out, he just kinda rode with it. You know, like you do. Anyway, dangerous dude. Duncan traveled to Florida, where Hardin's family lived, and befriended his father and family using a secret identity. And when the father was going to mail a letter, Duncan walked with him to the post office. After the father left, Duncan came back and said he had accidentally put the wrong address on the envelope. So he got the letter back, and sure enough, the name was an alias for Hardin. The Texas Rangers and Duncan captured Hardin and sent him to jail. We have discussed the Pinkertons before a bit last time, but now it's confirmed by Rockstar that they are the main antagonists for Dutch's gang. They used to say a man can't move a step without stepping on a Pinkerton. They were tenacious in hunting down outlaws, and working for businesses is kind of like a private army. There's no telling what they would do to get their target. So, state governors and town mayors always put out bounties for repeat or large criminal offenses. Alright, so not every wanted sign had dead or alive on it, and many of the famous signs we could find on the internet are actually just remakes made during the 20th century. Most signs had crude pictures and sometimes wrong information, so it was risky to kill someone, because you just might kill the wrong person. And the courts usually didn't want to encourage killing, feeling that it would lead to more chaos. Courts often wanted criminals alive, so they could stand trial and show off the power of law and order. But when dead or alive was written on the sign, it usually meant that they knew this criminal was particularly dangerous, and if they resisted, it was allowed for you to kill them. I mean, it was very dangerous if you were alone trying to bring in a live criminal over sometimes hundreds of miles. Many bounty hunters were killed by outlaws that they had captured and tried to bring in. So it was a risky business, and some bounty hunters may have not taken any prisoners at all. Bounty hunters are still around today, but they do not have the same aura of those of the Old West used to have. And since we are on the other side of the law this time around, I don't know if we'll be able to do bounties in the game. But who knows, we might even do it as a freelancer. We could possibly even do it to take down competing gangs and get paid for it. But if not, the reverse might happen. Meaning if we commit crimes, we just might have bounty hunters come after us and perhaps show up at random times during the game in pursuit of the bounty on our head. That would actually be an awesome feature, I think. But how do you guys think bounties might work in Red Dead Redemption 2? Let me know in the comment section below or on Twitter. And if you liked the video, please click that like button and subscribe for more content. This is Eric the Lone Pine Wolfman, and remember gamers, never stop learning. Be sure to check out my next video on Native Americans during the time of Red Dead Redemption 2.